Alright, here's the video review for Transformers Combiner Wars Deluxe Blastoff. And right off the bat, you'll notice that he is now a jet and not a space shuttle. Which, honestly, on the one hand, I do like the space shuttle. I've been a big fan of the space shuttle since I was a kid. I liked that there was a space shuttle transformer. There is still Skylinks coming, so there's that. But, and I would have liked to have seen it if they had done the shuttle, especially since I think they could have done it from the helicopter mold fairly easily. But honestly, in a set of Combaticons, which are like military vehicles, having him as a jet makes sense. It's not, I agree it's not ideal, but it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it might have. Now he's still in that same brown and purple color scheme, and obviously the purple is a little out there on a jet, but like, well, he is brown. It's not the color you typically see a fighter in, but it's not unprecedented, so it really isn't that bad. He comes obviously with his hand and foot piece, and then his little rifle. His pistol. Let's call it a pistol, because I know everybody loves that. Anyway, his gun. He comes with a gun over here. And, again, you can make this a foot. You can make it into a hand. Again, either side. This will be his right hand, so we'll go ahead and make it into a hand for later. And he is just a repaint of one of the aerial bots. There's no... just a straight-up repaint. There's no remolding on this guy that I've noticed. Unless, I mean, it would have to be subtle. So we'll flip up his landing gear. We will unpeg his arms, fold his wings back. Flip up his tail. The legs open up and extend. You want to make sure that knee piece faces backward because that peg is going to peg into this slot right back here. Put those together, split the legs, fold the fins up, pull this piece down onto his back, and tab it in. You can see it tabs in right there. Turn his head around, and there he is in robot mode. And he's a lanky robot. Forgot what I was going to say. He does have a nose and mouth, and he should have a faceplate. And I know maybe I'm being a little nitpicky on that. Like, I'm okay with him being a jet, but the lack of a faceplate is what bugs me. The way he's painted from far away, you could kind of pretend he does have a faceplate. But since they already had a faceplated head they could have used, that's what throws me off on this one. But anyway, there he is in robot mode, and he is just a straight repaint. So he's got a ball-jointed head here, ball-jointed shoulders, a little bit of extra shoulder movement there at the transformation hinge. He does have a swivel here at the elbow, as well as another swivel here at the elbow. He does have a waist swivel, ball joint hips, thigh swivel, and knees, and his feet are molded in place. So pretty standard articulation for this line of figures. And nothing surprising because, again, he's just a recolored aerial bot. And there he is. And to turn him into an arm mode. Well, actually, no, we don't want to do that. I like to turn his head around. You don't have to, but it kind of helps hide the head. But rotate his combiner port out, bring up his arms, rotate them around, kind of fold them down into here like that. You can kind of get his hands to hold on to these little pegs, right, these little tabs right here. And then his arms, you just snap his legs back together. I like to fold these down along like this. You can do it either way. You can bring his arm out like that if you want to. I like to bring his arm. I like to kind of, I find that if you take the hips and kind of rotate them back like that, and then use the hips as the elbow joint, you can get a slightly more condensed and collapsed looking arm without having the big gap where the thighs are. Even though I know a lot of people are into the thigh gap, but. And there he is as an arm. So yeah, you'll notice a pattern in what we're doing with some of these guys. But yeah, there's Blastoff, and we'll get on to Vortex next, another repaint.